Hello everyone and welcome to the Transit Nomad family. City transit stats for Budapest, the busiest tram system in the world. Before we get started, I'd like to let you know that as an active traveler and business owner with experience, I might be able to assist you with trip planning, life coaching, and business consulting, with all the details available at buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad or through the link in the video description below. This is where you can also find lots of exclusive content on many different cities around the world, my secret tips, PDF guides, and the option to request a custom video on any topic that matters to you. With that being said, we are currently located right next to Budapest city center on the bridge. There is a beautiful park right behind me, and in front of us you can see their famous Parliament building. And this tram stop that we are looking at, it's designed for lines number 4 and lines number 6. These two lines, they are identical for 90% of the route. They are kind of the same basically, except for the very end. And these two lines combined, they make up one of the busiest tram lines in the world. The frequency during peak hours is as short as 2 minutes. Hopefully we'll be able to prove it in this video because it is peak time right now, and they should be running every 2 minutes. Let's see if that is the case. And what's interesting about these tram vehicles, they are manufactured by Siemens about 20 years ago. When they entered service, they were the longest trams in the world. They are 54 meters long. You can see this tram set is very long. Since then, they purchased new calf trams from the Spanish manufacturer that are 2 meters longer. They are 56 meters in length. So those were the longest vehicles in the world after these ones. But now there is another German city, I believe, that purchased trams that are even longer than that. But these trams that are 54 meters long, they still remain to be, they still are some of the longest trams in the world. Not the longest, but among the longest, especially if you consider also those calf trams that I mentioned that are even slightly longer than these ones. With that being said, daily Budapest has about 2,200 public transport vehicles in service. It's not a very low number, but it's also not a very high number, but you have to consider the size of the city because Budapest is a fairly big city, but it's not the biggest city like New York or London or Tokyo. Those are like massive cities. Budapest is not that big, so 2,200 vehicles, that is a lot for a city of this size, especially when they are managed as efficiently as they are managed here in Budapest. The fleet includes 320 trams, 1,200 buses, 110 trolley buses, and 75 metro train sets. Now, when you think about it, 320 trams is not that much, but again, they are managed very efficiently. They don't really waste their trams, so all the trams are running, and because of that, you see trams basically everywhere. The network is very extensive, one of the largest tram networks in the world. They have lots of lines. Oftentimes, you look to the right, you see trams, you look to the left, you see trams, you look behind you, you see more trams, and of course, in front of you, even more trams. Now, the tram network handles about 930,000 passenger boardings per day. Almost 1 million passenger boardings per day is handled by the tram network. This, I believe, is the highest number in the world, according to BKK's official website, which is their official transit company here in Budapest. If this data is accurate, this makes Budapest to be the busiest tram system in the world. If it's not the busiest, it's one of the busiest. Either way, 1 million passengers per day handled by trams is a lot, and it's very impressive. Good job. The buses carry over 1 million passengers, 1,210,000 passengers daily. It's very common for a lot of cities for buses to transport more people than any other mode of transport, because what happens with metro or subway, most cities have some networks, but they are not as extensive. But buses, they cover basically the whole city. Even though buses are a lot smaller in size, they can transport more people because they have more routes and more lines, and they basically cover the entire city, not just some parts of the city. And of course, the rest of the passengers are transported by trolley buses and metro. Budapest has an impressive metro system, but again, it's not very extensive. They have a few lines, and trolley buses actually contribute to 180,000 passengers every day. So you can see those numbers are not as high as the trams, because trams and buses are basically the backbone of Budapest public transport network. There are around 5,600 stops across all transit modes where passengers board 4.2 million times per day. Very impressive, very impressive. And annually more than 1.5 billion passenger journeys are made on BKK's network. So based on my personal experience, even if I didn't know any of these numbers, their public transportation service quality is almost perfect. The frequencies are very high. Most routes run every 5 minutes, every 7 minutes, definitely not more than every 10 minutes. And oftentimes you have different lines to choose from. When you're going from A to B, you have lots of different options. Because of that, usually you don't have to wait at all. It's also very affordable, especially if you use it long term. If you buy like a 30-day pass, the cost ends up being less than $1 per day. Also, the overall experience is good. The vehicles are clean, they are well maintained, and the experience is very enjoyable. It's very easy to navigate. They have maps that explain where you need to go. Everything is pretty straightforward, and also the speed of these vehicles is usually pretty fast. Even if they don't have transit signal priority at some parts of the city, the lights change to green fairly quickly. It's a very fast-paced city, and that includes public transportation. Usually it's very quick and efficient. You can be anywhere you want to be within 20 minutes or less. And because of that, out of all the transit systems I've tried in my whole life, Budapest has to be, if not my favorite one, then maybe in the top 3 of my favorite public transportation systems in the world. I would like to take a moment to thank BKK and everybody that has anything to do with Budapest public transportation management and development, because you guys did a great job making visitors and residents feel comfortable and giving us an ability to enjoy public transportation, whether we need to go somewhere for work or to study or just do it for fun, exploring the city. Your public transportation system is excellent, and we really appreciate all your hard work. With that being said, I would like to remind you that I'm in Budapest for a month, and at the end of my trip I'll be recording my final verdict video comparing Budapest with other cities to help you decide if you should visit, while also saving you lots of time and money with practical tips on how to get the most out of your trip. This will be an exclusive video, but you can easily gain access to it by subscribing or donating any amount on buymeacoffee.com/transitnomad or using the link in the video description below. Thank you everyone for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. I appreciate you being a part of the Transit Nomad family and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.